You're listening to Get Real in Real Estate and Business podcast, where we chat about the ups, downs, and in between in this industry and business in general. You'll hear experts in the field talk about their business and give tips, helpful advice, self-care, and balancing family and business, and some more. Don't forget to subscribe, download, and share. Now let's get right into it. Hey there, welcome to Get Real in Real Estate and Business podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Gamail Self. In this season 1, I'll be sharing with you my journey to being an Oregon real estate broker or in some states, agent. So this podcast is not exclusive to Oregon. That's just where I am. But a lot of what's coming up will be practical tips and study applications to real life and work in the field online and in person. So that means it's for you wherever you are at in the world. Like I mentioned in the trailer, once upon a time, I was working in the field as an agent in California. Then the crash happened, and luckily I had my healthcare field to fall back on. So it's been years, and since my husband is into fixing and flipping and remodeling in his own contractor business, we thought, we'd do the HGTV Dream Team thing together. Fun, right? Well, once I made the decision a few years ago to start another business as a real estate broker or agent, life happens and I just never got to it or was really not ready until this year. So what I did was I made the decision, I stuck with it, and here I am to give you tips and guidance in the season 1 for any of you wanting to start a career in real estate wherever you're at in the world. And for those of you who are seasoned veterans in this industry, don't go away just yet. I invite you to stick around and enjoy listening to a newbie share the messy and at times life-consuming struggle that is prepping for the test and studying. Or you can skip this season, but make sure to subscribe because in the upcoming seasons, it's game on with experts like yourself and some with all kinds of subjects around all things real estate and business in general. I'll give you some pretty good business tips and things that I've learned throughout my years as a business owner. Okay, so what did I do after I made the decision? Well, I made the commitment to go through with it, right? And so for me, I'm a type A personality, and I kind of say unfortunately I am that way because it can become obsessive, like with needing to check boxes, make lists, and stay ahead of the game. It can be good, don't get me wrong, but I do find myself checking boxes a lot, which cannot be so good. I looked online at the Oregon Department of Real Estate and researched what I needed to do and what the process was to even get the ball rolling. I also went on to Amazon and bought a couple of study books for national and state specific, which I made sure that it was for 2022, which is the year that I'm recording, or whatever year you're going to be taking the test whenever you're listening in on this. So just make sure it's current because as you'll soon find out, this business and rules are always changing and updating. And then I went on to Facebook and I made an announcement to all my friends, family, and network what I was doing. It was a way to say, while I'll be MIA, and to hold myself accountable to actually doing this thing and also just for support. I created a Pinterest or Instagram business or creator account and then eventually caved in against my wanting to, but nevertheless, I caved in and made a Facebook business page. Although at this time of recording, I know it doesn't give much traction, but I still wanted to get that foundation set in all my socials, and that was part of it. I also started a blog and my own website. Now, this is something I did because I'm already a business owner and I have another podcast for that. So for me, setting the foundation on all socials and online was important. I created a brand, and no, not just the cute logo or colors or fonts, all in which I started that early on, but the feel, the vision, and the mission, everything that is really important in branding, which I will be addressing in a future episode in this podcast. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so if you're already a business owner and want to get started in this, then sure, you can go ahead and do that. And mostly it's free, but this isn't required, and it's definitely not something I recommend. At the beginning, I recommend just doing your studies and get the ball rolling with that. It's not gonna help you with your studies either, or your test, obviously, and it can be a distraction. So that brings me to this next point. Once I did those, I completely fell off the map when it came to the online space. and I advise you to cut back on any distractions during this time of school or studying, because honestly, there's a lot, and it's important to keep your head in the game, or studies in this case. In Oregon specifically, you need to take a 150-hour course from the approved list on the OREA list, and create an account and pay the fee. I believe it's $300, and do the background check on there. Again, that amount is when at the time of this recording in 2022. I did a mix of Zoom and self-study through an online course through A1 Superior Training, shout out to them, and my awesome instructor Janda through my local community college, and that helped me out a lot. I'm really not good at the self-study. I get distracted easily, and I need a group. I need actual live training. So for me, I needed that, but for you, self-paced might be good, and there's definitely a way that you can do that as well. So let's just stop here and I'll recap. All right, so go to your state Department of Real Estate and find the requirements that you need. If you need to sign up for a class to meet certain hours before testing, then do that right away. Even if it's in the next month or so out, sign up right away. You can order study books on Amazon if you're a reader like me. I did that, but honestly, hindsight looking back, you really just need what you learn in class. So like I said, my instructor was awesome and gave us some real life scenarios, and everything that I needed was really what I learned in school. And shout out to Prep Agent. They helped me out. Actually, they helped me out tremendously more than they know. And also, I signed up for 3 different sites, so you do not have to do that. Honestly, Prep Agent for me and my local school was all I needed, to be completely honest, for state and national. So I just would recommend those. I wouldn't recommend doing all the things, being everywhere like I did. That was one mistake that I did, and I don't recommend it because it's too much, and it is a distraction within a distraction when you're already studying and have all this pressure on you anyways. So I don't recommend that. Finally, tell it to the world or just your family and friends. Start to get that moral support and possibly future support and referrals as well. I can't stress that enough. You do not have to start advertising yourself after you get your license. I recommend you start right away. When you make the decision, you go out and you tell everyone. You build it up. Build up the excitement, build up the support, build up the morale, and just go ahead and do it, because you never know. And this is really going to help boost your confidence. It's going to help keep you on track, and you'll have something to look forward to, and you'll already have a fan base, right? So remember, real estate investing, buying or selling is not just about business. It's all about life, family, and home. And I'm here to help you do that. And if you're local to me, I'm here to help you sell with ease and buy with confidence. So stay tuned for next week's episode, and thank you for listening. If this has helped you in any way, please show the love and share, download, and subscribe. Reviews also help me to reach more people and get this podcast out and share the message.